Hey YouTube, what's up? Welcome back. This week I fixed a major bug in my application and I want to share that fix with you so that you don't have to make the same mistake that I did. For context, I'm building a productivity application that allows a user to track the number of pomodoros that they complete every day. And the bug that I was encountering all centers around the date object in JavaScript, which is notoriously difficult to work with, and I want to share what I've learned in trying to work with it. So here's what I learned. The date object creates a new date at the current time locally. This is very important. Date.toISOString always converts the date object to UTC before generating a string. This is important because I'm using the date.toISOString function to record the time in the database for when a pomodoro is completed. So here's the function that counts the daily pomodoros that a user has completed. On line 65, we're creating a new date using the date utility function in JavaScript. And then on line 66, we're creating a variable called today, and we're slicing the first 10 characters off of that toISOString function, or the string that that function returns, which is a date plus time in UTC. And then on the end of that, on line 66, I'm setting the time to zeros. So I'm slicing off what would be the date, and then I'm setting the time to zeros. And what I thought this was doing was taking today and then setting the time to midnight. And then on line 72, when I'm getting all of the pomodoros completed at for this user greater than or equal to today is supposed to be since midnight. The problem here is that the date, I'm in Pacific Standard Time, and as soon as you cross 4 p.m. in Pacific Standard Time, the date becomes tomorrow. So at 4 p.m., I'd be getting all of the pomodoros completed since 4 p.m. and UTC. This is the complete pomodoro function. I mentioned this earlier. When you complete a pomodoro, I'm using this date.toISOString function to update the time that it was completed in the database. So here's how I fixed it. After creating a date object, you must first manipulate it before converting it to a string. Doing smart stuff with a string, like counting backwards a day or setting the time to zeros, doesn't work. So here's that example again of the old code that was causing bugs in my application. On line 66, I'm doing smart stuff by setting the time to zeros. And here's what I'm doing now instead that fixed the issue for me. I'm creating a new date using the date utility function in JavaScript, but on line 47, I'm setting the hours of that date object to zeros. Then on line 47, when I use the toISOString function, it will always take the correct date for today at midnight, and it will handle the UTC conversion for me. So on line 54, that greater than or equal to completed at will return exactly what I'm thinking, which is the pomodoro is completed since midnight today relative to the local time. Here's another example. We're fetching the monthly pomodoros, and first we're creating a new date on line 67. Then we're setting the date on that date to the first of the month, and then we're setting the hours to zeros again. So this will fetch all of the monthly pomodoros completed since the first day of this month at midnight. I think the main lesson here is that if you ever have to do any calculations to the day or the time, make sure to always use the utility functions provided on the date object itself before converting to UTC, and that'll save you a lot of headache in the long run. If that does help you out, please hit the like button down below or maybe consider subscribing. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.